Now let's talk about taxes, because Florida has some unique aspects that make this even more important. The good news is that Florida doesn't have a state income tax for individuals or most LLCs, but that doesn't mean you're off the hook entirely when you ghost your Florida LLC. First, you still have a federal tax obligations. The IRS doesn't care what state you're in. When you form an LLC, depending on how you've elected to be taxed, you may have federal tax filing obligations. Single member LLCs are typically treated as a disregarded entity for tax purposes, meaning the income flows through to your personal return, but multi-member LLCs are treated as partnerships by default, which means they need to file a Form 1065 every year, even if there was zero activity. When you ghost your LLC and don't file these returns, the IRS starts sending notices. The penalties for not filing start over $200 per month per partner. So if you have two partners and you don't file for 3 years, you're looking at penalties in excess of $15,000. And that's before we even talk about any actual tax you might owe. But there's a Florida-specific tax issue that catches people off guard: the Florida sales and use tax. If your LLC was registered to collect sales tax, which is required for most retail businesses, restaurants, and many service-based businesses in Florida, you have ongoing filing obligations even if you're not making sales. You need to file returns even if there's zero returns until you officially close your sales tax account with the Florida Department of Revenue. All right, time for a quick break. If you're finding this information valuable and maybe a little scary, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you want to make sure you never miss crucial legal information that could save you thousands of dollars, subscribe to my channel right now. All right, so if you ghost your LLC and don't file these returns or close the account, Florida assesses penalties and interest. I've seen Florida business owners who thought they'd walk away clean discover that they owe thousands of dollars in sales and tax penalties for returns they never filed, even though they never made any actual sales during those periods. Now, the Florida Department of Revenue is aggressive about collecting these debts, and they can place liens on your personal property to collect them. Now, here's something that keeps me up at night for my Florida clients.